Pleased to be joined with Jaguars linebacker Devin Lloyd. Devin, before we get into on the field, your second season in the National Football League, we're going to geek out. We're going to talk about your trip as part of the Jaguars contingent across the pond. What was the best thing you did while you were over in London and in England and beyond?
That would probably be the dinners that I had with Josh, Jamal, Tony, and really, they all brought their wives, girlfriends as well, and I brought my mom. So I think we just really had a good time getting to know one another and eating great food. I think everyone can attest to Sushi Sapa out there. It was a 5 out of 5. But it was just a good time all around.
Yeah. What about fish and chips? Where would you rate the fish and chips?
I had fish and chips at least 3 times.
Okay.
The best was actually at a hotel I went to. I believe that was in Edinburgh. But it was great.
All right. Outside of obviously the Jags trip to London last year, had you been across the pond and explored that neck of the woods that much?
No. That was last year my first time and then second time recently. So It was cool.
Next time you go, Notting Hill, the Fish House. That's the one I want you to go to.
Okay.
That's where I used to live when I was studying abroad there.
Oh.
That's the spot.
Nice.
That's the spot. Okay. All right. And of course, we'd be remiss if we didn't bring up Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Was that on the list, or that just was kismet? It just happened.
So I don't watch Game of Thrones, should I say, but they definitely made me a fan. Looking at it, just everything that goes into it, all the characters, and my mom loved it. She's a huge fan, and so that was great for her. But I mean, it was really cool to just go there and see the operations. I really enjoyed that.
I also told Jamal, are you a Harry Potter fan?
I watched it growing up.
Okay, all right. Next time you go, Harry Potter backlot tour.
Oh, wow.
Even better.
Okay.
That's the
Even better.
Even better. Even better. Even better. All right, let's get on the field. From talking to Tony, talking to Mike, they say it just looks like there are plays you are making that you were not making 1 year ago. Expand on that.
Yeah, I think everything is just starting to come together. Last year you come in, you do your best to study everything you can to the best of your abilities. Then I missed training camp, and so that's a lot of reps out there. And then the first week you go out there, and it's like, okay, well, you're going based off of what you know, and what I knew was not relating necessarily to the NFL game. And so, there was a lot of mistakes out there. There was a lot of things that needed to be corrected that I learned on the fly. There was a lot of plays that I made just off of sheer athletic ability. And now you're really starting to see the playbook, the scheme, the knowledge of, the NFL reads, the NFL game start to come together with the athletic ability.
Tony said to me, you texted him in I think March or February, and you said you're tired of putting crap on tape. Why? What was it about watching last year that you weren't happy with what you saw? Yeah.
I said, I'm tired of being mediocre. I want to be an elite player, and I meant that. I have a standard, and I said this last year wasn't my standard, but it's all about growing pains. It's that's the beautiful thing about it. And I'm gonna look back at years down the line, my rookie year, and just be grateful for how far I've come. And I know everybody has growing pains in their career. I'm not susceptible to anything. So I think that was just a part of my journey, and I'm grateful for everything that I learned last year. But with that being said, I don't ever want to see it again. I don't want to see stuff where are easy mistakes or just miscommunications or just things out of character. I don't want that to show up, and I'm not saying I'm gonna be, a perfect player, but, I don't want anything that I look back on and be like, man, I'm better than that.
There's been a great debate among the fan base and I think national media about could they use him more as an outside linebacker? Is Devin Lloyd going to get more sacks? Is he going to be called upon to blitz more? Can you set the record straight? What is your position on the football field?
Yeah, here it's inside linebacker. That's what I'm going to be listed as going in. But everybody's versatile on this defense, and the coaches believe in my ability to get home and get after the quarterback. And so I know they're coming up with several different ways to do that. You can see me come off the edge. You can see me blitz up the middle. You can see me start. As a shade. It doesn't matter. They're going to move me around all over and move everybody around all over. We're all versatile, but you're going to see a lot more pressure for sure.
I asked Mike about this yesterday. Positionless basketball is really like a big buzzword these days, and I feel like when I look at this defense, that's the goal.
Yeah.
Would you agree with that? How would you assess the goals of this defense?
Yeah, just like in basketball, centers used to never shoot three-pointers, and now you have to shoot, as a center, so it's the same thing in football. Everybody adapts. The game changes, and so you have to adapt. And so that's what we have. We have guys that are versatile and that can do a lot of things.
Before I let you go, has the Utah-Florida bet already been placed in the locker room, especially now that Ventrell is in your position room?
It hasn't been placed yet, but I had thrown several hints that he's going to be wearing a Utah jersey, one day. So, but yeah, we got to make the bet official pretty soon.
And just because I know there's some Utah fans watching this, you keep in touch with the boys out there. Is Cam going to be ready for August 31st?
Oh, yeah. Cam is definitely going to be ready. I know they just started their first day yesterday, and, he's out there. And so, from what I've heard, everything's going to be pretty good. One thing I know about Utah is they're always going to be ready. I know that for a fact. And they're always going to be a physical team. They're always going to be smart. And they're going to be a tough team. And, I love watching them. I love watching them last year. And I can't wait to support them again this year.
Excited to see that one and excited to see you on the field in year 2, Devin. Thanks so much.
Thank you.